on the 8th.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's lunchtime. Do you know where your baby food came from? Gerber does. We know which field, which orchard your baby's veggies and fruits come from. And only Gerber has Nature Lock for that fresh picked taste. Shouldn't your baby be a Gerber baby?
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck. And find out if Vioxx is right for you. Vioxx.
Tonight at 8 p.m., brace yourself for storm stories. A tornado rages through a neighborhood.
It's coming toward our house.
See for yourself the awesome power.
I remember a sound like an explosion.
Plus, sheets of ice 4 inches thick.
I realized that something major was coming.
Relive the most destructive natural disaster in Canada's history.
People were actually suffering from hypothermia.
Watch a new series from the Weather Channel, Storm Stories, tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Storm Stories, tonight at 8 on the Weather Channel. And now, here's your local on the 8th.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
If you are driving in Manhattan this afternoon, you're in for a slushy commute home. As temperatures drop, streets could get icy, so drive carefully. Details on tonight's weather are on the way.
Living in Seattle doesn't mean that you let rain keep you from jogging or walking the dog, and it's been raining there pretty much all day in the Pacific Northwest. Good news is it's not really all that cold. Temperatures generally in the 40s. And they need the rain. Hello and welcome to this edition of Weather Center. I'm Jeff Morrow alongside my partner Vivian Brown.
Thanks for joining us. Your long-range forecast, that will be coming up a little later, so stay tuned for that. But first, a look at this evening's forecast in the Northeast. We'll show you what's going on our winter weather radar over the Northeast. Now, I want to familiarize you with our color code here at the Weather Channel, just in case you don't know. As you can see, the legend to the top here, the white is indicating where snow is falling. The pink, well, that's where there's a mixture of rain and snow, and in some cases, sleet and icy conditions have been reported. The green, well, that's an indication where we have all rain. We've noticed a little bit of snow come off of Lakes Erie and Ontario, but the operative word is little. We haven't had heavy amounts like we've seen in recent past. Just a little bit near Watertown and Syracuse and right south of Rochester near Buffalo. The snow is a little heavier, though, and has been this way all afternoon for the cold coastal areas of New England, including Boston and out on the Cape, including Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard, reporting snow at this time. We have snow back toward Providence, Rhode Island, and Hartford, too. It is officially snowing now at LaGuardia and the John F. Kennedy airports, but noticing the radar showing you a band here of some heavier snow that will move into the airport regions as it moves across the lower Hudson River Valley. So within the hour, we could get some heavier bursts of snow in the downtown Manhattan area. Philadelphia still reporting snow, and a snow advisory has been issued for you. 1 to 3 inches are possible before all said and done. We've had some ice, reports of, in Baltimore, but officially at this hour, it's all snow. And to the south of that, though, it's rain, Washington, D.C., but it's a chilly rain with temperatures hovering around the freezing mark down toward Richmond here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Notice the temperature, 34 in Washington, D.C., 31 in Philadelphia, 33 in New York, 28 with snow in Boston, and even colder air as you head back toward Cleveland and Detroit. All of the precipitation, though, along the coast with the system, but it'll continue to move away, and high pressure will build in its wake. As it does so tomorrow, we're talking about clearing skies with partly to mostly sunny conditions, reports of everywhere, with temperatures generally in the 30s. That's a look at the Northeast. Now let's go south with Jeff.
All right, Vivian, and as we do that, we run into a lot of rain. Some of that rain you were just talking about in Virginia extends actually through the Carolinas, at least central North Carolina, the upstate of South Carolina, through northern Georgia, Alabama, all the way down into Louisiana, and actually coastal northeast Texas. That's all in advance of this cold front as it's slowly slipping east. Temperatures have chilled down a bit behind it, but they're nowhere near as cold as the Arctic outbreak we had last week, so some good news there. And consequently, since we don't have any cold air here in the Carolinas, instead of last week's snowstorm, you get rain this go around, and I-85 all the way from Richmond through Charlotte, through Greenville, Spartanburg to Atlanta, a very wet drive today, and that rain continues along I-20 to Birmingham, down to Meridian, Mississippi, then becomes more showery through Jackson, picking up some heavier showers. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder there moving between Alexandria and Baton Rouge and Lafayette and Lake Charles, and the very tail end of that through the Golden Triangle, and still some showers around Galveston today. Houston is at 68. 53 in Atlanta, not bad, but it's raining. 71 in Jacksonville, beautiful weather in much of Florida. 40 as we head up to Nashville behind the front. Rain will linger tomorrow morning as another little area of low pressure rides along this front. It looks like Atlanta should dry out by the afternoon. Still a beautiful day for much of Florida, and a cool but a sunny day for Tulsa, Dallas, and San Antonio. Now let's head to the upper Midwest. Still some cold air to talk about there, Vivian.
Well, yeah, we are talking about the cold air, and still some cloud coverage from, say, Chicago to Indianapolis and back across the Dakotas and central Illinois. Looking good, though, for much of Wisconsin and even Minneapolis, St. Paul. Plenty of sunshine. But believe it or not, this is where we have the core of the very cold air with temperatures only in the teens. Green Bay and Minneapolis. 9 degrees right now at International Falls and 7 in Fargo, North Dakota. Dominating high pressure, that's why we don't have any weather, if you will, in terms of precipitation. We will watch this high pressure reposition itself as we go through the overnight hours, but that's going to allow another system to come out of the northern Rockies into the high plains on your Thursday with wintry precipitation building over the Dakotas. We'll keep you posted. That's a look at the upper Midwest. Now let's go even farther west and go back to Jeff.
All right, thanks, Vivian. Now let's talk about what's going on in the western areas of the nation. And as we do that, again, you can see the satellite vantage point with a lot of moisture pouring into Washington and Oregon. More wet weather here around Seattle. Some good news is we've been in a very, very bad drought situation here for quite some time. And it's nice to see some moisture coming in here. Unfortunately, the drought continues. We had a nice start to the winter rainy season in Southern California and much of the Southwest, but we've kind of gotten back into a kind of a very dry pattern. Hopefully by early next week we'll be able to break that a bit. More on that in your extended forecast. But for right now, the rain is in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle down to Portland along I-5. Going up over Snoqualmie Pass on I-90. Still could be a bit of a snowy proposition. There's the rain around Portland. Tapers off south of Salem and Eugene. Expect heavier rain along the coast with snow the farther inland you get. Your local on the 8s is next. Stay with us.
The flower just lost its power. Now you can have relief from sniffling and sneezing without medicine haze. Because non-drowsy Claritin, the most prescribed allergy medicine, is now available